It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The brain is part of the
You thought Naomi Osaka talking about or taking time out for mental health?
I respect it. I think Naomi Osaka is positively brilliant. I mean, listen, it's not even just Naomi Osaka. It's anybody. Take time out when you are mentally exhausted. I don't know what it is. The older I get, I be more mentally and emotionally fatigued than I do physically. Physically, you can power through.
Yeah.
But man, when you not there mentally, fuck no. I'm not showing up. What's the point? You know what I mean? I reserve the right.
Job.
It's your job, but she took the fine.
But she got to work a few days a year.
Hey, man.
How many days a year? You don't work 12 days a year? You can't work 12 days a
But
fucking
you don't
year?
know what's going on.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on with her.
You can't work 12 days a year, though? It's not like you physically injured. You stressed because you got to answer questions after the match.
Hey,
you got to work 12 days a year, B.
I don't
I'm
know
sorry.
her life.
Bro, I work 7 days a week.
And you don't get mentally exhausted?
I do.
Yes.
Imagine I work 12 days a year. I'd be like, I'm okay.
Depends what you're doing.
Hitting a ball, Charlotte.
Come on.
Stop.
Hitting a fucking ball. I hate it when we cap for these athletes. Like they do some hard shit.
They do.
They hit a ball.
I can't do it.
What do kids do before they know how to speak?
They actually
Hit a fucking ball.
Yeah, they privileged.
Why don't you go outside and play some
I
ball?
can't do it. I can't go out there and do what she does. That I know. Tennis is no joke.
I literally do what she does. Well, I do what she's afraid of doing for a living.
What?
She's like, I don't want to answer questions after I play tennis. I literally talk to people for a living.
But that shit gets exhausting.
A woman in tennis.
Oh, now she's a woman. How do you know how she identifies?
Whoa.
How do you know? Do not misgender her. Do not misgender her. You don't know how she identifies.
She identifies as a woman.
Well, I don't know.
She's with YBN, the guy.
Corday.
I'm almost 100% positive she identifies as a woman.
But again, you can't assume that, bro.
I can't assume.
That's
You're
not
right.
up
You're
to
right.
you to
You're right. She
assume.
might not even want
On
the
top
pronouns.
of that, they probably criticize her from her race stance, everything else like that.
Well, what race is she?
He's
Haitian
Black
and Japanese, right?
She's Haitian and Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care how many days she work a year. When you don't want to show up, I reserve the right not to show up. By the way, I'm notorious for that. I am notorious for day of. Yo.
Yep.
No,
I'm not coming.
Night before, 12 o'clock.
Exactly.
Motherfucker, at 11 o'clock last night.
Yes.
All right, earlier in the day, he texts us, yo, can we do a pod Thursday? I'm like, all right, bet.
But you know why?
I'll move some things around. When I say I'll move some things around, I mean, I'll move 8 other people's schedules around. That's what
right.
it means. Okay?
I agree.
But Charlotte's schedule is a priority. And I've always believed in that, supported that, and always made shit work because of that. And I do recognize that.
But I feel the same. I feel the same about your schedule. But you know what's so funny? I thought my appointment with one of the people in my wellness circle was around this time. So I didn't want to come rush to do the podcast and then, have to rush back.
out.
Because, when I go sit down with them, I want to just sit down.
It
right?
might take some time.
But then I realized it was West Coast time. So I'm like, oh, that ain't till later this evening.
So he hits us up at 11 o'clock at night and goes, yo, we could actually do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So now I got to call all these motherfuckers. Yo, because we got to do flagrant before. So I'm like, yo, everybody's in at 9. I mean, like, it's a wild situation.
I get it. All I'm saying is I don't know Naomi.
So that's my what a fucking idiot for the week.
What a fucking idiot. I don't know Naomi Osaka's, schedule or anything like that. But anytime somebody wants to take a mental health break, I'm all for it, man.
I'm all for it too. And again, I don't know the situation, and she seems like an authentic person.
And
Every
she's
time
young.
I see her talk, she's young. Seems like an authentic person. So I do believe her when she's saying it. I do oftentimes think that there are people who take advantage of our empathy for mental health.
Yeah,
when they
how
want
would
to
you know
get
when you
out of
need it?
situation.
How will you know you need to take it?
Exactly. Like everybody deals with stress. Everybody deals with depression. Everybody. These are
I
normal
work about 12
functions.
days a week too.
Exactly.
I think we've made it. And when I say we, I mean society. I think
know,
society has made it
He
to
said 12
where
days a week. He definitely said 12 days
he
a
said
week.
12 days a week.
Are you on a metric system, bro? What?
Oh yeah.
I'm nonstop working. I'm nonstop flying. I'm nonstop.
I think he meant to say like
when you-
24/7, 365.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he
12
works 12 days a week.
He works 12 days a week.
12 hours, I guess. 24, yes.
I mean, you know how many days in Christmas? You know it's 12. But listen, I think that I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. That's why I need a mental health break.
So that's what you would know when you forget stuff.
No, but you were in the middle of saying some shit like people be capping about mental health.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh yes, I think
all
that. I think
anxiety
society,
shit is just to sell books. You were saying some shit
shut
like
up.
that.
I think society has made it to where the stigma has been eradicated.
Yeah.
So now people aren't afraid to say, "Yo, I need a mental health break."
And now you have, which is with what happens with every movement, is you have the people who are going to take advantage of the movement because it's an easy situation where they feel uncomfortable. They get to avoid something.
Man, they've been doing that in the hood, and my family been doing that for years.
I do that shit with my girl.
What's wrong with that though?
Every time my girl's upset at me, I'm sick.
Yes, I don't want to hear.
How you gonna be upset at me when I'm sick? Right? Simple as this. Second she upset at me because I came home late, I'll be like, we should definitely talk about it after I throw up because I'm sick. And then now she can't be angry at
What
me
is she sick
because
about?
I'm sick. Say what?
Oh, you're sick.
I'm not sick.
Oh, got you.
I'm sick of her being mad at me. That's what I'm sick of.
Listen,
I don't feel good right
No,
now.
I feel
Listen,
horrible.
I could be home the night before. I do this a lot
I
when
could
it comes
try
to
that.
like concerts and shit,
Yeah.
like Powerhouse or some shit like that. I'd be home the night before, and then I start thinking about all the people we got to deal with the next day,
You be like,
going on the stage, all that shit, and like my social anxiety. I'm like, I'm not coming. I'm not going.
and then what happens?
I don't go.
Oh, you just skip out?
Yes.
You skipped out on a Powerhouse before?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
It was so boring.
What, without Charlotte?
Yes.
Because you need him there to mix it up. You need him there to mix it up.
I'm not
say
there.
fuck you to brands or some shit.
And then you got to think too, right? It's exhausting. And that's another thing, right? Because it's like, yo, we go places. I was saying that the other day when I went down this rabbit hole because somebody sent me the Bomani Jones shit. And then I just thought about all the times we went out. And every time we went out, we got into some shit. And that shit gets exhausting. I don't want to freaking be having confrontations with people's favorite rappers and artists every fucking time I go out. I don't got time for that shit. That shit is exhausting. I was listening to Angela Yee talk about DC Young Fly in the club, punching the guy.
Yup.
Jeezy being in some club in Detroit and it was some situation. Kelly Price having a situation with a promoter. And all I thought to myself was, this is why I be in the fucking house.
Yeah, we always did get into something. It's always
It's stupid. Nobody got time for that. Remember that time we was standing in front of the club? We in front of the club, right? And this white girl she came up to us and said something. I don't even remember what she said. Then her boyfriend or something
came over
comes up to me and shakes my hand and squeezes my hand real tight.
yeah.
Cause he thought that I said something to the girl and he said something. I'm like, I said, what? I couldn't hear him. I'm like, what? What? They heard him before me.
Yeah, he already got tore up.
He got smacked. I'm like, I don't even know what he said.
What did he say?
I forgot.
Wax didn't even smack him. Somebody else smacked
Yeah,
him.
you got to get hit
I'm not
up.
gonna say who, but somebody else smacked him. This
What'd
was
he do?
years ago. What do you mean when he
Years ago.
fell?
Oh.
No.
Good job.
And then I remember Marty, because Marty and them was with us,
Yeah,
Marty and homegirls.
yeah, I remember.
They was like, ah! And they just
in the city.
they just took off walking. But it's just stupid.
Nah, it was a lot of
That is
unbelievable.
exhausting. That is mentally and emotionally exhausting. So
You never know.
I don't know what Naomi goes
I
through.
never get into fights when I go out, though.
Because you're white.
That's a great point too, Taylor. Great observation. It might be a little different in our society. You know what I mean?
So you're saying, you're saying white people don't come up and fight other
No,
white
white people definitely
They
fight.
do, but it's just
Hell
gonna
yeah.
be a fight.
I just
Y'all
told you a
both
white dude
standing
came. A
up.
white dude tried to. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he
Why are
definitely
people trying to
white.
fight y'all?
Hello, Alex got into a whole thing too.
He started that. He started that shit.
Them goddamn Puerto
did
Ricans.
start that.
Them damn Puerto
He
Ricans.
did start. These Puerto Ricans it's a problem, bro.
Puerto
It's a
Rican
real
side.
problem. So what was that? What did you say on flagrant about the Puerto Rican thing that made me fucking die laughing? Oh yeah, yo, son, we're talking about. Our guys brings up, why the fuck Puerto Ricans got to play handball all the time, right? And Al just goes, "Come on, bro, we got to hit something."
What?
They gotta get out this system.
Thank God, man.
They gotta get out this system.
That is
They go to the
funny.
course
do
and
go,
start
though.
slapping
They do
around the
go.
ball.
No, y'all do take handball serious. You know another thing
Yeah.
Naomi Osaka said though? She knows her limitations.
Ah.
She said she's not good when she does interviews. She was like, she don't like talking.
That's okay, but that's part of the job.
I get it. You
Like,
go.
if you want to do this, this is what comes with the territory. And what I think that she's doing is going, I'm going to use my leverage to force you guys to change the rules so they accommodate my lifestyle a little bit better. But I'm sure they make money off of the press that comes from these conversations afterwards, and they're tied into the TV deals, etc. So it's like, I understand you don't want to do it, and it's an inconvenience to you. And I understand the more successful people get, the less they want inconveniences in their life. I'm guilty of that. The more successful, the more money that you have, the less that you want to be inconvenienced.
That's right.
And that at first it's okay. You start like paying people to do some things that you wouldn't want to do. But eventually you start to get a little bit of entitlement, or some people get some entitlement where they feel like they don't deserve to be inconvenienced, and inconvenience is a mental health issue. There's a big difference between being inconvenienced and being harassed. Like there's a massive gap right there.
But you know the thing about anxiety, and I'm so glad that I've always been open about my anxiety, or recently, everything feels like harassment.
When you're rich. When you're poor, you're like, oh, this just sucks. Right?
You gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it.
Because you ain't got no choice. Try not showing up to the construction site because you feel anxious that day.
I'm with you, but guess what? That's why everybody, every job, every industry should have mental health breaks. Now, you're right. You will have some people who take advantage of those.
This is rich girl shit.
This rich girl. Hey, I'm with you. I can easily see how you could say that.
But we're all act like rich girls or rich dudes or whatever in time, because when you get more money, you can remove inconvenience from your life, and remove anytime you feel inconvenience when you know you can remove it, it's that much more annoying. That's why you see these out of touch celebrities like explode at a restaurant, like Ellen, right? Like Ellen, if somebody smelled like tuna on set, like one person smelled like tuna because they were eating a tuna sandwich on set, and then she fired that motherfucker.
That's disrespectful.
She's so not used to inconvenience in her life.
But you're right though, because that's the thing, right? When you know your triggers, and I guess you're in a position to remove your triggers, you get rid of your fucking triggers.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's why I'm saying some like rich person shit where it's like, bro, life is, you got to be inconvenienced. Like,
I'm not going where I'm triggered.
Exactly. But sometimes in life, the triggers are going to come for you,
That's a fact.
Within your job even.
That's a fact. Or social media.
Yeah,
that's why I stay off it.
Boom. Exactly. So you can stay off it, but she can't. She got to go play tennis.
Damn.
Sweetheart, eventually you're going to have to play tennis,
well,
right?
But by the way, clearly she doesn't. Yo, Naomi made $55 million last year.
If she stops playing tennis, you're going to see that money go away real quick.
How the hell you going to get rid of $55 million?
Just like that?
Crypto. Okay. I got rid of tens of thousands in crypto.
You want to make your money disappear? Invest in some crypto.